the Garage Shared podcast. I'm Gavin Ford.
I'm Bit Right.
We've got a very, very special guest.
Yes.
We've got Gemi.
Hello.
I've just knocked the microphone, sorry.
Straight into the microphone.
Yeah.
So Gemi was released on Garage Shared before.
He's a journeyman.
Some of the
He's
most
been about, hasn't he?
Always Yours is one of the biggest.
Always yours is pretty good.
Yeah,
GS Dubs releases, I think.
One of the biggest, yeah,
One
that.
of the biggest.
Yeah.
Top 5, top 3.
They got some good little Spotify things. I
Yeah.
think it was on New Music Friday or something.
People loved it.
Yeah.
People love that shit.
That's because he makes bangers. That's why.
I'm
But
not going to deny.
and also on Selector and Friends album Dubs edition.
Yeah, excited about
Singles
that.
Chunky. That was another popular one. Another one of the biggest ones. It's dominating the GS Dubs top 5.
Well,
He needs to calm down, really.
How did the collaboration with Selector come about?
it was such a... It's funny because, like, we did majority of the tune and then it kind of sat there for a while, I remember. And I actually... Because I think, yeah, Selector sent me some bits and then I worked on it and then I pretty much finished it. And then it was about 5 months where I was sending it out to other DJs, but I forgot to send the finished version to Selector. And so I sent this 5-month-old SoundCloud link being like, shit, I completely forgot to send you your own tune. And it's already done the rounds DJ wise. So yeah, I'm very sorry, Duncan.
100 downloads.
They were a frightening amount of plays and downloads. Yeah, not my finest hour, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it works. There we go. Yeah.
Gavin spoke, earlier about, you've done a few releases with us and I'm sure a lot of the new garage fans are quite familiar with you, but they might not be familiar with who musically inspires you.
Yeah. I started the Gemi project in 2019, and before that, I've been making music for 10 years, but I never used to really make club music and stuff. When I was 12, I was making bro step on it, Fruity Loops kind of thing, and then went through more experimental stuff. So I feel like the journey that I've done, I've picked up little inspirations from all these different people as I've gone through.
Okay.
Funnily enough, I learned most of my craft and how to use shit from Virtual Riot, who's massively in the UK, the US bro step scene. Funnily enough, watching his live streams and stuff helped me out loads, and I guess it kind of will then help come through. But yeah, there's other guys, but specifically with garage, I'm a lot of the old school stuff. I feel kind of leaks through in my tunes, all the proper bumpy late 90s stuff kind of really pushes me on.
Can you remember what got you into garage? Can you remember
I remember, funnily enough, I didn't realise that garage was called garage for a while. I was just why do I only like a specific type of house music? And I used to, basically, there was a good 6 months where I'd call garage 135 house. And then funnily enough, I stumbled across...
Catchy name.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, definitely not a mouthful whatsoever. But then, I remember I came across, it was just as Kiwi Records was starting, and I was like, oh, there's some more of this really cool house music. And I was like, oh, this is garage. What happens if I search garage on SoundCloud? And then I was like, oh, this is sick. and that's kind of how I kind of got into it. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's garage I want to be making then.
That's the best garage discovery story I've ever had.
It's so stupid.
So
it's so dumb.
What's the best 135 house event that you've attended?
Oh, mate, funnily enough, it was the best 135 house set thing that I saw. I remember it was 2018, and it was in Mangle E8 in Hackney, and Duskus, who's a good friend of mine, but I didn't know him at the time, and he just he was dropping loads of he does really sick kind of stuff. He's with Bitbird, this US label. But yeah, no, he was dropping salute bangers and then some of his own productions and whatnot, and I was just there come on, this is brilliant. But yeah, that's pretty much. I'd say it's funny that I have an actual answer for that as well. But.
What was the best garage event or 135 house event that you've ever played?
I feel like I'd out of principle just have to say the Outlook after party in Tisno. I don't even know if it was in Tisne. It was a long journey away from the site. But no, that was really fun. So I was on second. I was on after conductor, and everything was outside, and it was really hot. And halfway through my set, I played my Crazy Frog remix and whipped my top off to a tank top that said "Jesus Loves UK Garage" on it, as the ode to Todd Edwards. But that was just an overall fun. Like, that experience was brilliant. Like, just that whole went for the entire weekend. Went on the Kiwi boat party. Didn't play, but had a lot of fun. Kind of seeing all the boys. But yeah, I'd probably say that.
So if that's the favourite event you've played, have you got like a favourite venue that you regularly go back to play?
It's weird. I don't think I've played. I think the venue that I've played the most is the Lanes in Bristol, which is really good, really cool little place.
Yeah, I've played there.
Yeah, it's a good little. It's so weird. You're DJing, really good sound system, and then there's just like a bowling alley to the right of you.
It's a bit, yeah. It's kind of odd when you describe it, but when you're there, the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's really sick. That's a place that I've come back a couple of times. I've played Mint Warehouse in Leeds a couple of times. I haven't really been a regular to many places. Like, I've only played a couple places like a couple of times. But I mean,
sounds like promoters get to know.
There we go.
He's available for residencies. Come
there
on.
we go. What can I say?
So it's almost the end of the year. What's been your favourite garage tune released this year?
This year, ooh, the one that I'm really liking, like that I keep coming back to, is OG by Main Phase. That's just a brilliant tune. There's something so cheeky about it, and there's so little to that tune, but it's just like, because there's so little, it means that like the bits that are there make it shine so much more. And it's a cheeky 4/4 banger. You can't really miss. Yeah.
With that in mind, tunes of the year. Then we talk about new artists from this year and stuff. Have you got any that spring to mind? Who's your pick for the upcoming artist at the moment?
I don't know whether it would count saying upcoming, because he has released on Shall Not Fade this year. But I always shout out Arthur, who he makes like a lot of a proper like old school sounding stuff. I love the stuff that you won't be able to tell whether it was released last week or like in '97 kind of thing. I love that. And he just makes the best like 2-step, like the bumpiest 4/4 stuff you've heard. Like his tune "Leave Me," which I think is currently unreleased, it's so good. I play it in every single set, and it always like.
Spoiler: Arthur is a 48-year-old man who's been in the garage scene for 25 years.
That would be a plot twist, I'll tell you that.
Do you have a favourite producer this year?
Oh, favourite producer this year. It's weird. I've just been listening to so many bits. I feel like it'd be rude for me to try and pick like one.
Give us a couple.
Such a nice man.
Yeah.
Nice to everyone.
Oh God, you put me on the spot here. There's a lot of I mean, obviously the guys like Sammy Virgin, MPH, they're always killing it as usual. But then I've been really getting into the grittier side of stuff. So like your Main Phases, like E6 Soul Mass Transit System, Interplanetary Criminal, like those guys, they're brilliant at what they do. Like I love that side of the scene as well. So I've been really I've been keeping my ear to them a lot more this year. So I've been really rating them.
We always ask this of all of the people we speak to. What's, in your opinion, the best garage tune ever?
This is good because when you asked this to Mo earlier, I was like, I already know the answer to this, and it's been the same answer for about 18 months now. Snyder's by K-Lone. It's just incredible.
Right.
There's something about it. You can drop it in the middle of a set, no matter what the set is, and the way that the drums drop out and the chords just come in, you get the best reaction from the crowd, because they're almost they're not yeah, but they're almost oh, you get the weirdest noise from a crowd when you play it, because everyone's just oh, what's going on here? Because it all just drops out. But it's such a good tune, and it's been consistently my favourite tune for a good 18 months now since I found it.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's your dream collab?
Oh, dream collab. I think it would be really funny just to see what would happen if like, and I know this is like the baitest answer possible, but like just getting in the studio with Disclosure.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, just like something, because I've been, you know, Settle in 2013. That was kind of like, that was almost like my intro to garage without me realizing it was garage, as we've established the 135 house. But yeah, no, doing that stuff, especially if we could whip up something proper like Settle vibes, like that. Yeah, that would be the dream. If I could attain that, that would be incredible. Yeah. But I know that's a really basic answer. But
no, it's good choice. I mean, like everything they put out is just consistent.
It's solid.
Yeah,
they're a solid bunch of blokes.
I'd like to see them go like dirtier.
Yeah,
and see what they would do to that.
Yeah,
their stuff's so nice and it's so like.
They played Warehouse Project recently, and they were playing like MPH and stuff like that.
Yeah, they had. So I think they ended with like a Sam Deely tune as well. Like they're proper really? Like. So
they got their ear to it. So maybe.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they are. Maybe that's what they're working on.
They've got it in them.
They've got it.
I know as well.
Machine, wasn't it? They did the tune.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as well. Like there's a Radio 1 mix that they did in like 2012 that I always keep coming back to. That's just like proper. I think it's on vinyl as well. Where they are just like, they are spewing out garage bangers. I think they dropped Mind, Body and Soul at one point as well.
Yeah.
It's just that. So they have it in them.
Get them at afters.
Hey man, yeah, just, do you want to listen to this real quick?
So this is a big question. I don't know if, I wonder if you're going to be, because you make both.
Yeah.
2-step or 4/4?
4/4.
I thought that's where you were going to go.
Yeah, I was like...
You dabble, but I thought that's where you were going to go.
Yeah, that's the bread and butter that I've kind of discovered over the years. Like, there's something really nice about the 2-step sound, but 4/4, you can almost do anything, and you put a 4/4 kick, like drum beat behind it, and it just sounds banging. It sounds just club ready.
1-3-5 2-step though.
1-3-5 2-step is coming, ladies and gentlemen.
Wicked. Thank you, Gemi.
No worries at all.
And yeah, check out Gemi's music. We'll put all the links down there. Wicked.
Lovely stuff.